There's one already. All right. All right, there's one already this morning towards this monster bass. Slam on the warmouth by Big Bite Baits. Hit it top water to start the morning. There we go. There's another one. That one's better. That one's a little better this morning. Still haven't gotten on the boat yet, but threw another one out there on that Big Bite Baits warmouth. Not bad. 2 to start the morning. What's happening, guys? Welcome back to Fishing Lone Star. My name is Jeremy. Man, we've got a treat in store today. Let me tell you what we're doing. First of all, I'm out at private water fishing at Flying M Ranch, which is a beautiful private property, as you can see behind me. We've got about 12 acres. I'll be taking the boat out. And on top of that, hang on, let me show you. I've got this month's Monster Bass box with me. That's right, the October Regional Pro Box. This thing is packed, it's loaded, and I'm going for the slam this morning. I've actually already used one bait and caught 2 fish. I should have mixed that up so I could have used 2 baits, but I've used 1 bait so far, caught 2 fish. I've got 6 more to go. Just got the boat all set up and ready. Joining me this morning is Mr. Brian James, the meteorologist, back here on his kayak. I'll pull up over to him in a minute. He'll give you the weather, the lowdown. I'll link him below as well, so you can go visit him on his channel, Bassin' and Forecastin', because what else would you name your YouTube channel if you were a weatherman? Bassin' and Forecastin'. But I'll link him below. Make sure you go check that out. Enough talk. Let's get on the water and see if we can't finish out this slam. Let's go. So I'll show you real quick how I was rigging that. I've just got a weedless, an EWG. I think it's a 4-aught, maybe a 5-aught hook, and I'm rigging it flat so that it's here. Let me wipe some of the weeds off. But I'm rigging it flat so it's coming across the top of the water, and those legs are just kicking behind it. It also has a split in it, so you can rig your hook that way and through the top. I just figured I'd run it almost as a buzzbait this morning across the top of the water, and literally I'm throwing it on fluorocarbon, which the line sinks, but I'm reeling it fast enough so it stays on top of the water. Got 2 quick bites. All right, I'm on the water. You already saw me catch a couple with bait number 1, which was that warmouth by Big Bite Baits. This is going to be number 2. This is a new crankbait by MonsterBass called the Hammerhead, and this is just one of the colors. As you'll see, those scales and that shad color, one of the great colors they've come out with. Got a red front hook, katana sharp hooks. I'll zoom in real close. You can see those are tipped and curved with the points. Should help with hookup. And I'm throwing this on a TFO cranking rod. I know it's upside down, but it's a 7-foot cranking rod. Gives you a good tip when you're throwing a crankbait. So let's see what this bait's all about, and see if we can't knock off number 2 on our list of the slam. Oh, there's one. Hit it right at the boat. Little guy, but definitely one on the crank. Get him back in the water. You know what, that was small. I'm gonna see if I can go for another one on the crank. Oh, there's a fish swimming right towards me with it. Yeah, pretty decent one right there on that crankbait. Bait number 2, fish number 2. I've actually caught 2 fish on both baits now. Heck yeah. Nice frog fish. Got those double hooks right on the top of his mouth. It's a fun bite right there. Got both hooks in the top of the mouth. That was on the challenge. I just want to throw a frog. Alright guys, I told you Brian was with me this morning. The weatherman, and the thing I love about Brian is he's actually always right about the weather.
I am. Well, I try to be, but you know what? Today is going to be a perfect day to fish. Not only is it going to be warm, exceptionally warm, in the 90s this afternoon, which is way above what we should have this time of year. Yes, we're going to have some wind to deal with though. Winds from the south this morning have been light. They're going to increase more like 10 to 15. Some gusts could be up near 20. We have a little bit of trees around us, so that should keep the winds at bay a little bit for us. But
love it.
A cold front is coming, and that's the best part, is that these fish should be feeding ready. That barometer is going to start falling this afternoon as the winds increase, so we should be able to hit up a whole bunch of fish. Yeah, I know the bass forecast is about a 5.5 for today. It's not what you consider to be great, but when you have these weather conditions, warm day, cold front coming, we have plenty of sunshine, and we have the wind to push some of those bait fish around, we should have a phenomenal day.
Man, I need this every day I go fishing. This is what I need, right? I mean, like just that alone, I'm fired up to go catch some fish.
And what's what we're gonna do?
But golly, this property right here, guys, is just gorgeous. I've caught 4 so far this morning, 2 from the bank, 2 from the boat, and Brian's, you're approaching double digits.
6 or 7. I'm using the Angler app, so I'll go back. Of course, for my video, I'll show you what we ended up catching a little bit later on, but it has been a great start, and it can only get better.
Love it. Well, like I said earlier, I'll drop Brian's page information below, Bassin' and Forecasting, so you can check that out in the description. All right, let's get back to fishing. Let's do it. Let's talk about bait number 3 for a minute. Bait number 3 is going to be the Thunder Cricket by Strike King. This is kind of a green pumpkin color, and I've added an Egg Zone Swammer paddle tail trailer. This is a 309 color, and boy does it go good with that green pumpkin. Great little lure, 1/2 ounce. I'm gonna throw it up against the grass line. I think the bass are feeding up shallow. I'm gonna stay right here and see if we can't catch one now on the Thunder Cricket. I'm using an actual chatterbait style rod. This is new to come, but is a tactical glass bass rod by TFO. The point of this chatterbait rod is because I'm throwing a moving bait with a very stout hook, as I want one that's got a lot of tip to it. So more of a moderate bend in your rod, not a fast taper. You want moderate, so you can just kind of lean into those hook sets on this moving bait. So let's see if we can get up shallow with this Thunder Cricket. There's one. Little guy. Didn't take long. Got him right there. See if we can get another one. I think we can get a bigger fish than that. Got one. Right in the nose. Decent fish. Another one on the Thunder Cricket. Alright, so another bait in this month's box was the color changing baits. This is a paddle tail swim bait by Smart Baits. Pretty awesome design here. This is a paddle tail swim bait, probably 4.5 inches if I had to guess. And I rigged it on an EWG screw lock hook, but you can see it's a little bit of green, a little bit of red. It changes colors basically with the temperature. Pretty darn awesome. So I'm going to throw this up shallow. They're busting shad. Have no doubt they will bite this. This is a 5/0 hook on a 1/4 ounce belly weighted screw lock hook. Let's see if we can get one on the paddle tail swim bait. This will be bait number 4. Let's see if we can get one. There's one. Smart Baits. Decent little fish. All right, let's see if we can get one a little bit bigger on this bait. I like it a lot. You guys know I like a paddle tail swim bait. There's one. A little bit better fish on the swim bait. Alright, bait number 4. Right there. Took the tail off the first time and then came back and bit it and ate it the second time. I missed that first bite, took the tail off, and then he actually came back and hit it the second time. Awesome. 2 fish on all 4 baits so far. We're crushing this this slam. Let's get on to bait number 5. Let's go. All right, here's what we got for bait number 5. This is the Vicious Fishing MC65. All right, this is a medium diving crankbait, 4 to 8 feet. So I'm going to bust this out of the package. But that MC65 tournament series, a really good looking bait here. And with this medium diving crank, and a shad profile, green on top, a little bit of a yellow, white on the bottom, red eye, that dot. You can see the bill. Great little profile bait by Vicious Fishing. We're going to throw this. Let me get rid of the box real fast. All right, we're going to throw this on that same 7.4 moderate action rod that we threw the Thunder Cricket on. So I'm going to take that off, put on this crank, and see if we can't catch 1 or 2 on it as well. Let's give it a go. Oh, that one hit right when I got on the water. Brian's got him on. I got him on that Vicious crank. Look at that. That is beauty. Thing hit it right when it hit the water. Since we've caught 2 on every other bait so far, might as well go ahead and catch 2 on this thing, right? That fish literally hit that right when it hit the water. I think I had 1 crank and it was on. And it was not coming off. One thing I really like about that Vicious crank, I think it's the MC65, is the hooks. Let me show you these hooks real quick. They did a really good job on them. I'll have to research this more to figure out which hooks these are, but you'll notice a curved tip on each of these. It really helps keep those fish pinned on the crankbait. There's another one. Right in the fatty part of the mouth. Alright, this next bait is the Reaction Strike XRM80, and you'll see here limited edition color because it's in collaboration with MonsterBass and the awesome paint jobs he does. Now this is like a baby bass with like a silver, kind of a silver flake, a little bit of glitter in the top of that, but a great baby bass color. I'm going to throw this on my cranking rod that I had earlier, so I'm going to take off the hammerhead and tie on this jerkbait and see if we can't catch some on it. Again, fishing up shallow because the bass are up there chasing shad, but let's give this one a go. Alright, much like that shallow diving crank, this jerkbait obviously has double trebles, and you want a moderate rod. So again, I'm throwing the Tactical Elite 7-foot cranking rod, moderate action. So it has some give to the tip when I go to set the hook. I'm not ripping those treble hooks out of the fish's mouth. Super important also to help them stay pinned because those fish are obviously going to fight you on the way back to the boat and try to throw those treble hooks. So having your rod give and take a little bit is going to help you keep that fish pinned. There's one. Yeah, he ate that good too. Decent fish on that jerkbait by Reaction Strike. Messer Baits, custom paint job. Got a decent chunk. Let's put them back. Let's get another one. But that is 6 out of 7 baits so far we've caught fish. Having a blast this morning. Let's go. Oh, there's one. Another good fish. That's a really good fish. Yeah, that's a good one. Number 2 on that jerkbait. They're really liking it. All right, this last bait in the MonsterBass box is going to be a twofer because I've got these awesome spear point hooks in collaboration with MonsterBass, kind of a MonsterBass variety pack. I'm going to use a 3/0 and we're going to use these tech baits, kind of a creature style bait, like a brush hog. A little bit of a smaller version, but we're going to tie that on Texas rigged, throw it over here against this bait, and pretty positive we're going to catch 1, if not 2. We got to go for 2. Every other bait we've used so far, we've caught 2, so why not? Let's go with 2 fish on bait number 7. Let me show you this hook though as I go to Texas rig this, but you'll see this really cool style that's going to allow for a great hookup ratio. When I hook into a fish, it's going to pin them up here, not in the bend, so there's a deeper bend that's going to keep that fish pinned. Boy, those hooks are sharp. Whoa, some fish were busting shad right off this point right over here. That's where I caught that one. There's one. Another little fish. About just jerked him right into the boat. That's 2 though. Alright guys, that's going to be a wrap on this MonsterBass Slam. What an awesome box that October brought for us, the Regional Pro box. Make sure you're subscribing to the Better Box. There's a link in the description below where you can click on it. Use the code SAVE15 for $15 off your first box. Check it out, Regional Pro MonsterBass box you saw today. Not only do the baits work, but I caught 2 fish, if not even 3 with all of them. Pretty amazing. Make sure you go check out this box. Make sure you check out MonsterBass. Subscribe to both channels, both here at Fishing Lone Star and at MonsterBass, their channel as well, because I, yours truly, Fishing Lone Star, Jeremy, aka Jeremy, will be posting videos as well over there on that channel. So make sure you go check out the MonsterBass channel. That's a wrap on this video. If nobody told you today, God loves you, and so do I. Peace out. Oh, he ran me up under the dock. That's a pretty good fish. Feels like about a 3. Oh, it's not a 3. It's not a 3. It's a 5 or 6. Guys, you should see the head on this thing.